glass of milk, standing in between extinction in the cold and explosive radiating growth. So the warm blood flows through the large four-chambered heart.
Bob, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Where's Martin?
Martin is no longer doing the show. He had a run of about 2 years as host, a little over 2 years as host, 2 years as co-host or so.
Yep, co-host for me.
And yes, he is moving on to other things now.
Oh, okay. I got a problem. I got a question.
Okay.
How many species do you think there's on this planet?
There are lots.
Why?
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah. Do you have, more or less an estimate or?
Somewhere between 5 and
number.
106 trillion. What's the point?
No, not 106 trillion.
Why?
Okay, what's the point?
There's a little above 10 billion.
Okay,
according
so?
to science.
And?
Out of those 10 billion, how many have our capability?
What do you mean, our capability?
Yeah.
Well, being on TV like we are right now.
Yeah. How many
Lassie
of them?
was on TV.
Yeah.
Lassie was on TV.
Who?
Lassie.
No. I mean the ability to
Okay.
make technology. Create
One.
technology.
Okay, one. What's the point?
No, well, I would like you guys are on TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're pretty well informed, a lot smarter than I am. And how many species have our ability, to create
One.
Okay, we answered that. One. What's
technology and airplanes?
One.
the point? One. What's the point?
One. So you guys believe in evolution, right?
Yeah.
Evolution is the explanation that best fits the available evidence, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if all these above 10 billion species evolved into what they are, why is there only one species, which is us, that can create televisions and fly?
Why is there only one mammal that lays eggs?
I don't know. That's why I'm calling.
Well,
for answers.
I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that there is a species that has a particular ability is... What difference does that make?
Well, I'm just...
Why does that matter?
Our ability
I'm calling
is...
for answers,
Well, I gave you the answer.
Our ability...
I'm struggling with different deals, and
Okay.
that's...
Our ability, our niche in the world is intelligence. That's how we get ahead. We don't have the brute strength. We don't have big claws to hunt down prey or anything like that.
I think what
we
he's
have
getting
intelligence.
at, I think what he's getting at is, a suspicion that there has to be a reason why our one species has the abilities that we have. Well, I mean, you could ask that of pretty much any species. There are lots of species who are the only one that has whatever ability it's got.
Okay,
right?
how about according to evolution, apes are our ancestors, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually,
they're not direct ancestors. They're offshoots from the same root.
Okay, so isn't it possible for one of them to be smart, given the numbers that they're in? Let's say you got 10,000 apes. Wouldn't one of them be show some signs of a little advancement if that was true?
Okay, what the mistake here is, evolution happens over a really frickin' long period of time.
So you think that
it's not over 26 years?
You're talking about individual variations among great apes ought to have
your
led
comments,
to
the earthworm that is in the back of my yard 10,000 years from now is going to be teaching at UT.
Well,
you're implying that evolution has a path that it's leading to? That were some kind of pre-designed plan that evolution is going to lead to us?
Evolution doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. It's.
Why did it work for humans?
It didn't work for
anything.
That's the thing.
Out of above 10 billion species, why did it just work for one?
But dude, you're looking at it from your perspective as a human. You're looking at yourself in the mirror and going, hey, check me out. I've got all this cool stuff I can do. Right? Aren't I special? Well, you're not. Evolution didn't make you the way you are for you any more than it made a cockroach. please don't interrupt me. Evolution didn't do that any more than it made cockroaches the way they are for the sake of the cockroaches. Evolution just acts on succeeding generations, weeding out by natural selection the ones that are less well adapted for the niche that they're in, for the environment that they're in, with the competition they've got from other species. And the ones that survive pass on their genes, and then that next generation is, a little more finely tuned for that niche, for that competition, right? And that is what results in species developing in the various directions that they develop. It's not pre-planned, and it's not for the sake of the species that are getting the abilities that they're getting. You understand?
A cockroach, crawls around. So can a lizard or a snake or a cat and everything. But what distinguishes...
Only platypuses lay eggs. If this is important, if you think it's so important, if you think it's so important to explain how come humans are special, that they are the only ones that have intelligence,
I'm not saying
you
special,
explain to me how come it's so important that only platypuses are mammals that lay eggs.
I don't know. That's why I'm calling.
Yeah.
There is no pre-planned reason. This is just the way it turned out.
If you roll the die, you get a result. There was no plan for that. There was no reason that it came up that way. That's just how it happened. This is the result of evolution up until this point in time. Give it another 100,000 years or 100 million years, and it'll be something completely different than what we have now. There's no plan on us or what's going to be here in 5 million years. Well, it's just happening.
Well, according to evolution, why did it plan for only one species out of 900?
Anything. There was no plan anywhere.
Billion species to be
there was no plan in there.
We have a real problem today with callers that are not listening.
It's what's bothering my mind, and that's why I'm.
There isn't a plan.
There isn't.
That's the answer.
Yeah. If you want to simplify yourself and get rid of the problems in your mind, there wasn't a plan.
You see, you got ostriches that can lay eggs. You got chickens that can lay eggs. You got
ostriches don't lay
poultry. You got other poultry animals that can.
Fine. So what's the fine? Elephants are the biggest land animal. Whales are the biggest animal that we've got now.
Okay, you got whales.
There's the biggest animal. Is that important? No, there's not. There isn't a plan.
But why? Why is man the only creature?
There is no reason.
We're going to go on now.
I got another question.
Okay, what is the other question?
According to evolution, we evolved from monkeys and stuff like that, right?
Apes.
We kind of sort of went over that,
and no, we told you that the existing ape species are not our direct ancestors.
Well, that's what I heard from another show.
Gee, sorry, that's not our fault. Yeah. What's your question?
Your show. I heard it that we evolved and that apes were,
What's your question?
What's the question?
So if a human marries an ape, that it'll throw them, years above the offspring, above evolution.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take another call.
You give it a try, and then tell us how it turns out.
Exactly. Have your children call us.
That's why I'm calling to see if it, if that'll happen.
Okay, we're going to go because
Man.
You need to do some reading up on evolution. Because you really ain't got it down.
Instead of calling shows with these ideas that people have put in your head in church, and trying to get us to answer your crazy comments on our show, learn what you're talking about, and then call back.
That's what I'm doing, Jeff.
You've got some. No. You have no idea what you're talking about.
You've got some various.
Can I make this statement? Because you've
got some serious misconceptions,
and I just have 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Why out of
what we're going to do is go on to our call.
There isn't a plan. Next question.
Goodbye. Thank you for calling.
Man, what a loser.
What we're doing here is, again, you've either got some serious misconceptions about what evolution is, or you're baiting.
What they ought to be doing is telling these priests who took a vow of chastity to keep their hands off the altar boys. Keep your hands to yourself, Father. When Jesus said, "Suffer the little children come unto me," that's not what he was talking about.